Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your daily Tarot and Oracle, your daily insight on life and love for October 12th. 12th, right? Yes, 12th, 2021. Also timeless, so wherever you're catching this in time, it could be really relevant to your life. Stick around, enjoy the show. If it resonates, awesome. If not, fun. I don't know. But let's see what you need to know if you found your way across this. We're going to kick this off with Rider-Waite, and it looks like we have some magic at hand. We have purity, we have passion, we have drive, we have all the elements that are working in our favor, and it is at the beginning steps. So I think that this is done with, the purest of intentions, the absolute drive behind it. It is just at the beginning steps, which is really cool because you can see really where the momentum is kicking off to, but it also shows you where it should where it should be continuous. So, alrighty. If you have questions about booking a session, reach out to me in the email address or find me on the social platforms and DM me, because your individual storyline is always more detailed, in depth, intense. What do you need to know? Ooh. And what's this? This is what we have. Don't get stuck on an idea that something's not going to build or work. It's not going to be. Don't let your insecurities get the best of you right now with this. You're not going to see the payoff immediately. You're just not going to. You have to keep drilling at this. You have to keep trying. You have to keep showing that you want this. Consistency and momentum. This is actually the keynote of this. You have to be okay without instant gratification or payoff in here. You have to be okay with disappointments along the way. But this is something that if you truly want this, if this is truly in your heart, then it's going to be something that you keep working on day in and day out. Regardless of if this is a relationship or a life situation, you have to open yourself up to this. And it's time that you get over the past disappointments, which is why I think you feel so guarded in this. You have everything to make this a success. So let's look at what you are insecure with in this. You've lost a lot in the past. A lot of empty promises, a lot of things that fell through, and a lot of things that just seem to pass you by. So it kind of develops this mindset of maybe I'm just not meant for great things in this life. No, not even close to the truth on that. I'm glad that none of this worked out, because it would have kept you incredibly stagnant. It was something that really, it really had you feeling like you weren't ever going to be enough in whatever this field is. Whether it's relationships, you would just have to settle. If it was a job situation or a life situation, you're just going to have to sacrifice yourself and be miserable. No. A lot of things like to play on your insecurities because it's like energy that they can suck out of you and gain towards themselves or itself, whatever it is. You constantly were in a place of never feeling like you could rest, like you could settle down, like you could just take a break. You burned yourself out by trying to prove something to either somebody who wasn't deserving of it or to a situation that was easily finding you replaceable. You're none of those things. You didn't deserve the pain. You're not replaceable, but you plugged yourself into situations that you were settling for and that were going to make you pay the price for it. Now it's time for you to actually start seeing exactly who you are, how empowered you are, and what you're supposed to be doing. There's something that is so unique and so different about you that once you discover it and you build on that, there is literally nothing on this planet that can stop you, not even death. It is part of something that is a huge legacy for you. So I'm getting pulled to the Halloween Oracle deck. So let's see what this wants to tell you. Wise seeing, wise action. Pay attention to your senses in this one. I think that you are fully able to trust exactly what is right in front of you. The most magical hour of all. And this, I also want to look at your insecurities with, because, oh, I have 2 more cards here. Okay. So, in order for you to be this amazing, magical manifester that you are, you gotta address what your hurdles were. Exactly what it was that has exploited your good nature in the past, took advantage of you even. It's time that you actually reflect on those. I feel like you've been carrying a lot of that with you as something to keep an eye out for, look out. And if something had rocked your sense of feeling of safety, you would start to retreat it from there. This is very conditioning and keeping your world small, calling it safety. No, it keeps you self-sacrificing, complacent, and settling. There's settling down and relaxing and enjoying life, but then there's settling for a lot that is not yours and that is barren. So what I'm seeing here, the forgiveness, the death, when you can fully be true and honest with yourself and what the pitfalls were of the past, what the blind spots were, what the vulnerable points of you that were exploited, then when you accept where you have been in life and who you are at this moment, and it's not just like, yes, this is just how it is. It's not even that. It's when you fully embrace and accept yourself. And that actually means loving yourself. I know. Who wants to hear that? Not a person. No. It's important that the acceptance that you feel for yourself right now is the love and appreciation of you and who you are and who you had to be in every single one of those situations in the past. It's important that you embrace all of them because it has gotten you to here, which is your point of awareness, which is your point of acceptance, and fully accepting yourself as you are and as you have been. That is where the change actually starts to happen, if you can imagine that. Accepting what is and what was gives way to what will be, which, being fully aware of all of these things allows you to have more involvement and choice moving forward. You actually get to choose what you involve yourself in. So this, we have the magical hour, which is all about manifestation, magic, and everything like that. So, it's very important. The words that follow I am, or whatever you are, whatever you are verbalizing, it holds a lot of weight right now. So, what are you going to start to manifest? What are you going to start to make yourself up with? That's the best that I got right now. How are you going to start molding yourself? What are you made of? What are you moving towards? In what time? So while it's taking the edge off of time, it's going with the flow of time. So it's really important to change the verbiage and what we are building towards. It's going to be done by this, this, and this. And then there's this feeling of being rushed. Why don't you look from where, how do I want to word this? I'm saying it. What are you going to do to take the pressure off yourself and have stuff done in a timely manner and not make it your death march? How can you take the pressure off a time constraint? Now, I love this group that I'm with because it's thinking from where you, putting yourself in the mindset of where you will be and thinking from where you are at that point, bringing yourself to that point. It is such a cool mindset and perspective to have. What does future you need to draw in? Putting yourself in a whole different timeline with that. So, need to let go of the ghost of regret and the stagnance. The underworld. That is such a jarring image. Oh, that makes me uncomfortable. Look at that. Ew. So regret, where you have fallen on your face in the past, where you have backpedaled, where you feel like you've had everything slammed shut in your face. The opportunity is opening up and you don't have anything to regret now. You shouldn't anyways. You have gone through the darkest point of this situation and now the light is on the horizon. The momentum is going to be picking back up again. So you have to understand exactly how powerful of a person you are, and also how it's not you doing everything. Community. Who is part of your community? You may feel like such an isolated character, such a lone wolf, like nobody has the same mindset, the same dreams, the same ambitions as you. And my dear, depends on the situation. If you are plugging into a certain energy of people, you are going to become that energy. If they are not matching the energy you wish to embody, you need to pull your energy back, pick yourself up, and plug in to what your energy is in alignment with. What do you feel like you need or that you deserve? I want you to kind of build up on that. So when I say build up on the energy you deserve, this either has a feeling of, oh crap, or, oh yeah. Now, that actually is something that also is being brought to my attention. When somebody says the word omen or have the day that you deserve, this has people either really anxious or really hopeful. What is making you so anxious, pessimistic, or fearful about that? Where is that fear and that barrier coming from? Because when somebody says to you, you know, I hope you have the day that you deserve, that should actually get you excited, filled with possibility. This is all part of your community and what you surround yourself with. So if you are surrounded by enabling pessimism, people who talk a great game but don't do anything with it, people who talk about why life has never worked out for them, these are people who have actively chosen to give their power and resources and energy away, and their power away to something or someone else. You in making the active choice, you in deciding to make a way where there was no way before, or finding a path where there was no path before. This is you in taking your path and power back. So you're going to actually start to see people in this pull away from that energy, because you are not only with yourself, but with them and what you are doing, jogging that sense of security and safety. And it actually might be something that is actively ridiculed, but I don't want you to stop. I don't want you to give up on that. It's time to actually really start to change the mindset on that. Some people may actively make the pursuit to go with you on this one and start to build and change their life. And then there'll be some that say it's never going to happen, it's not too much, who are you, all of those things. Who am I even? I can't, I just can't, I have to sacrifice. Listen to what is being said. You'll see exactly what their paradigm is and what their hurdles are. And you can't force them to get over that, but you can be fully certain and aware of what yours are and how to start working your way through those. This, as you start to gravitate away from people who will not or can't in their mind do the work to get out of their own way, you're going to start to feel separation. It's not that you're being exiled, it's that you are moving on to a higher personal elevation and that they are not able to go with you. And again, it's not your fault. This is choice. But as you start to feel that separation, there are going to be other people and characters and opportunity that are going to be meeting you at your ascending energetic levels, your ascending vibration, and ascending new opportunities. You see from your perspective, you see from your vibration, you see even opportunities from those levels, and you start to become blind to anything outside of those. But as you grow energetically, you start to break through all of these barriers, and what's underneath you, you're no longer looking at. What is above you, you're starting to break through to, but you will always see what's right in front of you. As you're elevating, it's going to start to visibly change right in front of you. I hope that this is making sense. So anyway, I just, mid-reading, went on a tangent. I get it, but it's very true. So, you, what do we need to know? Power animal. All right, you stallion. Your spirit animal is a guardian and helping you with the situation. I really do want you to work with a power animal. Somebody who I really admire. I admire some really amazing people. Who wouldn't? They're amazing. They're admirable. Anyway, they keep seeing hawks and eagles. These are birds of prey that go after what they want with such a clear, sharp vision. They can see a mouse hundreds of yards away in a field as if it is right in front of them. It's small, but they can see it. They go after it. They rise above the storm. They rise above the problem. They have their own flight pattern. They are not concerning themselves with anybody else's garbage. What is your power animal? What do you plug into? What do you utilize to get access to what it is that you want? I know this is going to be basically a life coaching session, which I'm all about and I love it. So Archangel Michael, you're working very closely with this powerful archangel who's protecting and guiding you through this situation. You have your ascended masters and archangels who are helping you through this. It seems like so much divine intervention, even divine blocks. And trust me, it is not your failure. It is your realignment to your best interest. I know that this says vegetarian, vegan. It's not about that. It's about the vibration of what you're allowing into your environment, your physical body. You watching this, if somebody sent this to you, you're going through an ascension phase. Everything that you had been open to in the past is going to seem like it's a step back for you. Everything that you aspire for is going to start to open and find a pathway with you because you are leveling up and you are starting to see possibility and opportunity where you weren't at an angle to see it before. So, yeah, and what's this? Okay. This is so great. All right, you. If something is starting to freak you out, I want you to start to clear it out. If you start getting anxious, thinking I can't do this, immediately shut up right there. Stop it. Don't even finish the sentence. I want you to actively say cancel, 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 whatever that thought process was that was trying to condemn you back to this old mindset, this old way of being. No, I want you to cancel it 3 times as much. And then I want you to start reaffirming that not only what you want is possible, but you are more than deserving of it. And you need to think about from where the mindset is that you want to be and how it's drawing you in now. You are going to need help through this. You are going to need consistency through this. So yeah, you might be actually going to some self-help seminars. You might be going to some self-help people. You might be going towards some sort of people who are going to be building you up. There are endless possibilities of resources around you, but this is not about people doing the work for you. You have got to walk through these opportunities, these doors. This is not about you and waiting for this life to come towards you while you are sitting back on the couch. You are in active pursuit to get to it. So clear out all these ways that nothing can come your way, nothing can be easy, and clear it all out. It's garbage and it's not serving you. I want you to visualize what your positive life mindset and success looks like. And I really want you to start building the steps to get there. And I want you to do this more than once a day. I want you to visualize this at 2 separate times, when you wake up and when you go to bed. And if you can do it in between, more power to you, but I really want you to use the power of your visualization. So in the time that I'm recording this, energetically, we are at a time where the veil between us and spirit energy is very thin, and actually you have a lot of downloads and a lot of insight in going into it. And I want you to utilize this time, especially if you're watching this in the future. I want you to utilize this time and actually start manifesting as though it's right before you. So what are some things, aside from people in pessimistic situations, that you need to watch out at this time? People who are situations where you get lost in your head and it's just dwelling in the pessimistic mindset or in the pain of the past, always thinking that it's always just going to be left up to choice, somebody else. Nobody is going to just feed you the yes or the no. You are the active pursuer of it. So it's time for you to not back up from the momentum. Stop bypassing by always like this constant sense of you are at square one. You're not. You're on a journey. The square one was left a long time ago. And this is you being given a gift to light your own way with your own downloads, your own insight, your own information. And don't let insecurities get the best of you and think that you are naive or stuck or your mind is lying to you. It's not. Nothing's trying to hurt you except for, no, nothing's trying to hurt you. Plug into whatever energies you want to experience. So the final result of this, getting away from all of those exasperating people and situations, what's this? You're going to lose some connections in your life, but I see that you're going to invest more in yourself. You're going to be very firm and assertive, rise above the problem. You're going to communicate your truth, and it is done with innocence and purity, and it does seem like it's coming out of nowhere, but you've been getting downloads this entire time. I think that you are using your wisdom and knowledge to the best of your ability. So get ready for a separation from people who are not going on this healed journey with you. That's fine. Doesn't mean that they don't exist in your world. It's just they are not standing at your side. You're making way for people who are in alignment with you, who are going to build up this life with you. So lots to look forward to. Lots of work that needs to be done, but this is consistent on a daily basis, which you are so well worth it. So anyways, if you have questions about booking a private session, go ahead and reach out in the email or in DMs, see what services I provide that might be right for you. Ask about any sales that are going on. Don't forget to include your time zone because, well, I work with people all over this world. Okay, I do hope that this finds you well. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you are greatly loved and appreciated. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hey there, if you are coming across this, chances are you need a spirit message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. If this resonates, fabulous. If not, fabulous. Never force these to fit your life. But if you have found your glorious way across this, what do you need to know? Boop. Okay, we're going to do this with rider weight. So at the bottom of this, feeling quite vulnerable, eh? Having quite the problem with it. Okay. Something about you is feeling suppressed. Emotionally, yeah. Divine feminine aspect is being repressed. Okay. Gemini energy, Sun, Moon, Rise, Venus, but also kind of like an imbalance to some sort of an intimate connection. Kind of like somebody seems to be putting you unfairly in a student role when there's nothing more to learn about a situation. It's a high note for you to call out this particular person in your life, and I suppose, ooh, we have the Queen of Wands upside down and the King of Wands right side up. It's time for you to put some people in check. You're at your breaking point. This has gone on long enough. It's exasperating. and it's undermining you. It's undermining not even just your sense of authority. It's basically gaslighting you. Sorry, you're not nearly, well, you're not, I say this in the most playful way. I don't think that you're actually stupid, but I need to say you're not nearly as stupid or as completely oblivious as they would wish that you would be. So why are you playing along with this? Or why were you even entertaining that? Listen, you're at your breaking point. You got everything that you need to know about this. It's time for you to put whoever this is in check, because you're not dumb and you're not weak. You're not going to be made to feel so. They have a horrible mindset. You, I think that you're starting to find your voice. I think that you're starting to find your empowerment. This is an awesome time for you to hold them afar, figuratively, because I can't and I won't condone violence, but pop them on the head. But also, you're going to see just how much you were drowning emotionally, mentally, spiritually, however, underneath their condescending and manipulative ways. This doesn't seem malicious. It seems very annoying. Annoying and childish, but that's an insult to children. Children, I don't think, have to be this childish. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It's very classically what you would consider somebody's childishness to be. It's time for them to grow up. Anyway, bye. So if you've found your beautiful way across this, chances are you need a spirit message. So listen with an open heart and an open mind. This is a general collective reading, so if it doesn't make sense, no biggie. But I saw the strength card, so I'm going to keep that in mind. I didn't pull it out, and I don't feel like digging for it because no. So what do you need to hear if you've found your way across this? What has been happening in your life? Interesting. Okay, so I have two cards flipped over. Star is in reverse. Yeah, the star card's in reverse. Aquarius, energy, sun, moon, rise, Venus, or time frame. Could also be the fact that we are in the age of Aquarius. However, this is something that you deem to be a hopeless situation, but I think that you're giving up way too soon, because what you're giving up on, I think that it's only mental blocks. I don't think that there is an actual physical block in there. I think that this is a challenge that you need to start looking at differently. There is an answer to this. There is a way through this. Step back, take your breather, hop back in. So, what else do you need to know about this? Oh man. So, my son is going as an executioner or a cartoonist kind of executioner for Halloween. He has this toy axe. He bopped me on the head with it, and I have like a little welt on my forehead right now that I can totally see. All right. Eek! This is really cool. Look at that. So, it's going to be a lot of work. I think that you're overwhelmed with how much work this is going to be for you, but there's a method to this. I want you to write down the steps that it's going to take you to get through this, because you sitting there imagining it all, it's so much worse in your head. It's playing with you mentally. Put everything out in a list. Look at time frames if you have to. There's a way through this, and I think that it'll be smoother. But also, I think that once you have what the list is in front of you, what the necessary steps are, I think that you'll start to feel a lot better, because you'll start to see who's going to be able to help you where this is. But also, it looks more manageable. It looks like it's getting you out of rocky waters. It's not hopeless. It's a challenge, and it's time for you to get out of your mind with it, come back refreshed, and let's look at this rationally. So you'll be okay. This is involving the intimate circle. We have a situation that is very much de-escalating. Hey there, beautiful. If you found your way across this, something needs healing, and you need to stay positive. Go get some fresh air. You're too in your head about this. It's not helping you. I know that you want to freak out. I know you want to probably scream, throw things even. You want to know what? I know what that party is like. I know what it's like to get to that point. Don't let yourself get to that point. As much as it's enticing, it's not going to be a benefit right now. So, what do we have here? Archangel Raphael, healing. Yes. Ooh. Jesus, the divine healer, and then listen to your intuitive feelings. You might have a solution that doesn't quite make sense right now, but there is a time for it. Your aggravation, your fragile, uppity state, that's what it feels like. There's a fragileness. It's kind of on edge. You need to go de-escalate. This is building up too much. You are a pressure cooker ready to just burst. And then we have faith. This is going to play out in a positive sense. You don't have the answer right in front of you to how it's going to play out right now. This is why you need to step away, because it's like all this cloudiness of every that's dumb, this is stupid idea, or no, it's going to be a failure. It's always this one thing after another. No, I get it completely. Not going to help you right now. Go clear your head. Even if it seems completely unavoidable right now, go do it. Go take a walk. Do whatever it takes to go decompress. Then come back. Come back when you're not so antsy, because you'll have your answer. Then you'll see the solution there. And you want to know what? There might even be somebody who comes in that will be able to help you. There's a different place that you need to be looking right now. And where you are right now, you're trying to hit everything as though it's a nail and all you have with you is a hammer. What I want you to do with this, if you can nap, awesome. Doubtful right now because of how stressed you're feeling, but if you can, awesome. If not, sleep on this tonight. Put your question out there. Put it out there. Put out what you need out there. Put out what you need to ask the universe out there. Sleep on it. Give it up to spirit. Give it up to God. Whatever it is that you believe in. Wait for the answer to come to you, either when you first wake up or through your dreams, but you'll have your answer gifted to you within the next, God, maybe even 24 hours. You need to ask for help, but also you need to put out exactly what it is that you need help with. Not just a vague sense. Put it out there directly. You'll have your answer. Hey there. If you found your way across this, we're either doing archetypes or shadow work, depending on what you need to work with right now. So, what has been going on with you? I have 80 cards in front of me. I'm going to do a funky shuffle. You try and grab 80 cards, see how it goes. You probably have to have major hands, but anyway, what's this? So the bully highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you, and the shadow work of that is turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. You're not seeing what you want right now because there's a limited factor that you actually hold on to mentally. And I see that other people, it's not even about stepping up to you. Other people who could be of use in this situation are afraid to actually communicate this, because I think they are afraid of you snapping at them, because I feel like this is something that you have constantly, persistently have experienced in your life. Like, you want to add in your 2 cents, you want to see how you can help, and people are barking in your face over this. That wasn't your fault. You did have some really good notes to help them, but the people who you were trying to get to listen to you, they were not in a space to listen to you. It's not your fault, and you have to see them for where they were at that time. But also, I think that when you actually reflect on that, then you'll see just how closed-minded and closed off and how self-sabotaging they were at that time. You do not need to harbor those kinds of emotions like they did. You don't need to intimidate others as you have been intimidated. It is not you ruin or you destruct everything that you touch. This is not your fault. Whatever blame was cast on you from the past, this was somebody who couldn't manage the situation themselves, and they had no business putting this stressor and this sense of failure on you. It wasn't your fault. Now, I'm not saying that you didn't have accidents in your life, but the responsibility of what happened was not your fault. You did not intentionally do something, and this is something that you need to process and, I guess, in a way, let go of it so that you can actually not punish yourself as they had punished you by the way you project this out to others. I really hope that that does make sense, because this is a huge mirror of where you have been hurt in your life. And now you need help and you want help, but it's going to be coming to from sources that remind you of yourself in those times. Be open and receptive and be compassionate, not only with yourself, but with them. There is a very positive outcome. Okay, thought I was recording. I wasn't recording. Not quite sure what happened there. So I was using Saints and Angels. I've been talking for God knows how long to something that wasn't recording. That's fun. Anyway, this is what I had. This is what I had. Be willing to forgive. If you get nervous, focus on service, books, and mediumship. This is something that is very orchestrated from the other side. And I think that you've been feeling something coming. Something making its way to you. Not quite sure how it's going to show up, what it's going to involve. There's a situation or somebody from the past, or somebody who has played a key role in some sort of crazy factor in your life. It's coming up now, either through memory or this is stumbling across you. I feel like it might be less physical and more mental work here that's going on, because it's involving books, which is making me think that there is some sort of path to healing on this. Now, it's never condoning what has occurred. It's not trying to make anything that was said or done against you or anybody in this life. It's not about making it right. It's about you and confronting whatever this barrier or this hurdle is in your life and starting to overcome it so that you can move on and you don't use this as an anchor to hold you in a place that is mentally and even physically exhausting for you. I think that whatever you experienced was horrendously traumatic. So you might have memories popping up that happened God knows how long ago, but it's coming up now and you're feeling the reignition of whatever the emotional upheaval was that was involving this. Don't run away from it. This is saying that, hey, if you get nervous, focus on, what's in front of you right now. Focus on the task at hand. So, with this, now I have been doing this. I've been doing this with clients. I've been doing this with groups. When you have some sort of an emotional upheaval in this or emotional thing that you have to address, pause where you are and write it out. Don't put it off till later. I want you to do this while it's fresh in your mind. You are starting a long journey of healing, of some sort of trauma that has happened in your life, and I don't want you to condition yourself to constantly putting off like it has been done in the past. It's time for you to start healing so that you can graciously move on. It's going to be difficult, but it'll be worth it. Hey there, if you have found your way to this, well, you might need a message from the Halloween Oracle deck. So, listen with an open heart and an open mind. Creating through the ashes. How's it going, Phoenix? This makes me think of Kali, who, goddess of war, destructed everything, started off at the bare bottom and put everything at ground level. I feel like that has been something very active in your life. Maybe by your own active efforts or subconscious efforts, everything around you starting to crumble down to the ground. There's a very specific reason for this. You have got to learn how to be in the moment. Yay, that's fun. So then we have a lot of skulls. Look, this is actually really interesting. we have two sets of skulls here. Well, we have two skulls here. So being in the present moment and infinite possibilities and using your intuition, it's time for you to start following your gut. And I think that with the demolition of everything that has been going on in your life, you can't really rely on what people say and do, because the end result has very seldomly been the action of what they had said. That's very stressful. I get it. Which is why you are taking your own intuition into consideration finally. This is good news for you, because you're going to start to do what feels right in the moment. It's not you being impulsive. This is all about you and trusting your own judgment. You literally can take anything, anywhere, and it's not wrong. It may not suit other people, but that's not your circus, not your monkeys now, is it? I want to whatever this card is. Blind spots. Another skull. We got a lot of skulls here. Oh my God. So the blind spots is, I think, probably where you have completely discarded your own gut in the past, and where either emotional vampires or completely self-serving situations have come into play in your life, and you actually using those as a marker and what to look out for. So I think acknowledgement is preparation. So you being aware of what your blind spots are going to get you to pay extra attention to those particular areas. It's going to be very difficult to pull one over and kind of put you in a rough spot. So I actually see this as a huge momentum and forward moving time for you. Start trusting your gut. This is really cool.